this video, we're going to look at how to find standard deviation and mean using the TI-36 Multiview. This also works for the TI-36 XS Pro, so this works for multiple calculators. So if you notice on your calculator, you have this data key with a stat key above it. And so one of the first things that we need to do is we need to get into just looking at our stat. And so you'll notice multiple columns, and so we're going to enter our data into this first column. One thing to realize is make sure that your columns are clear. If not, you can edit those. And I'm going to start with some very simple values in our column. I'm just going to use 1, 2, and 3. So I'm going to do 1, enter, 2, enter, and 3, enter. And so you'll see that I've got 1, 2, and 3. You'll see this L1, that just means list 1. And this 4 means I'm ready to put in the 4th value. So that means I've got 3 values so far. But I'm going to keep it with 3 values so far. And so you'll notice that I have a stat up here. So I'm going to do second and then stat. And I want one variable stat because I'm only using one variable. And so I'm going to use the number 1. And then my data that I entered is in list 1. If it was in list 2, I would just scroll over to whichever list it was in. But since it's in list 1, I'm going to hit enter. My frequency for all of those is 1, so I'm just going to hit enter, and then I'm going to hit calculate. So one variable for list 1 with 1 frequency. My n is 3. My mean is 2, because if I add up 3 plus 2 plus 1, I get 6 divided by 3 is 2. My standard deviation for my sample is 1. And I could scroll down here. Here's my population standard deviation, my sum squareds, my minimum, my Q1, my median, my Q3, my maximum. In other words, it gives me several different items. These are the 3 main items that we will be using. But you'll want to put those in that list and everything. Okay? So I could go back to data and I could enter some others. I could go to second and clear, and you'll notice clear variable is here, and I could put 1. And doesn't really do anything for me. Sometimes it'll clear all of my variables. Not a lot. Most of the time, whenever I turn it off, it will. I can reset and say yes, memory cleared. That will definitely clear everything. So a lot of times the easiest way is to just do a second reset and say yes, memory cleared, okay, your list is completely cleared, you can start over. Okay? Make sure that you've cleared out your data before you start over, so you don't have any residual values in there previously. So this is how to find the mean and standard deviation using your calculator. Please let me know if you have any questions.